Okay, what you said your name is again?
Urias lives in the tournament. Call me UL for short. Call me Urias lives.
Urias Ledge?
Lives, no lives.
Urias lives? All right. What does that mean?
What I have to do where I live. Let's run with that.
You said it has to do with where you live or how you live? Both.
Yeah.
So what brings you to the 5%?
I'm trying to get the lessons, man. I'm trying to learn mathematics.
You trying to get the lessons?
Yeah. 14, 36, 40. Actual fact. Everyone,
Well, what you want to get is the lessons. You get those at the mosque. And why? What you said,
Can't teach them.
you can't teach them nothing?
Can't teach them.
So you just want to teach us?
I don't have the power to teach. I'm not a teacher.
Well, how did you find out about?
But I think I told you the story about zigzagization. Zigzagization.
Zigzag zig?
No, zig. Yeah, zigzagization. You go by zigzag. That's what he told me that. You understand? I understand zigzagization.
Where you from?
Yes.
Where's he from?
That's like his name between our name. That's another guy in the street. That's what they told me. Go there. You teach you a book about 666, right? And this is true. If you like it or not. It goes like this. It says 666 tricks, all tricks and deceit of the mark of the beast. For example, books, TV, magazine. Distraction. That tries to get you to give you information and things like that. Distractions and more things and more things. Moma, bring Moma to the founders, man. Has a fringe. It has a fringe. That's
So what would you study?
like for example, the white man, is the devil.
What was you studying before you ran into zigzag?
No, I'm doing weed, cigarettes, weed, alcohol, all that poor little dirty, filthy life I was putting myself into. It's an active one. I would not down.
City famous?
Yeah. Connections. Sure.
He's like movies or something?
That's right. So you believe in me, I give you whatever I want. First, whatever I want. So, everybody else. We're both happy. Right?
So how did you find out about me? This
I heard a lot about it. This like this place right here should be on the ground for the Black African American man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff came first, but you might got a lot. You might got a lot, man. Yes, sir.
He said,
Highly important. They're taking it away from me. Something that I also sent a Islamic person to I'm trying to see, but I already fixed it that they won't listen to him. Because he said like, yes.
you said that you went to this line.
I don't tell about it. See it. You want to see it now? Uh-huh.
I don't know what you mean.
See it.
Well, if nothing else, what we got here was a little bit of an example of the topic of blog here today.
I'm trying to learn like where I'm at today is trying to learn agreement, like trying to actually get that first back on spring. Actually, I'm a teacher.
Well, how do you know that comes first?
It says it right here, learn the order of 120 discussion.
So what's that you got right there? We get that.
Saturday at 1 p.m.
Saturday at 1.
Saturday at 1 p.m.
Saturday. Saturday at 1 is the last shot.
Yeah, last shot.
You can't
He's on his own. Come on.
you can't buy that.
Yeah. 1964, nation was founded. Nation was founded to life. That's right. But the not even. Yeah. Made for 90%. Then I learned the one-term lessons, experience mathematics. That. I learned one, that one and two is these. Sons of those that I know well.
Did you learn you had to fast 3 days before you get the lesson?
He said something like that, but I don't know. I think that's correct.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Years of knowledge. What is it? What is it gonna do for you?
It's gonna help me know, like the day 6. Like, 8. 6 was 6 was water. So I learned how to, like, that day is gonna be some circumstances, chances. Quality is gonna present itself. So I'm gonna be able to if I want to do something with that.
Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Right. See. Format doesn't have to. You must learn from the lesson that came from. I think come back and not ever return back. That's what the white religion said. He was in the cage. He was in the cage. He suffered for so long. After knowledge came to him, he said, dang, I ain't gotta do this no more. I ain't gotta be like this no more. I ain't gotta suffer no more. But because of that knowledge to teach you and there are tools to survive. You learn that. And we
Yeah. What is it that I mean? What are you gonna do with the straight?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've memorized it. But based upon what I know, I'm doing good.
How old are you?
I'm doing like that. 44.
44.
14 years old.
You don't know. You don't know what you want to do yet.
I definitely know what I want and what I want to do. Yeah.
Well, right now, what I can advise you to do is listen. To figure out what it is that you want to do. Because this is not the promised land. This is not the pearly gates. You know, tools that you need, but we don't have any answers for you. You got to provide your own answers here. So we're here to look for what Supreme Mathematics at your age.
That's correct.
It's like right, infinite directions you can go, right? You walk outside. East, west, north, south,
No,
whatever.
but you understand, I don't have another direction. You understand? I feel like focus.
Oh, I see.
As I focus, another direction. I don't know the specified spectrum is in my sequence. And none in direction, none of the specified spectrum. This means nothing is in the nothing is in the kept book. Let's put it this way.
Nothing is in the kept book.
That's my signature. Understand signature.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
That's the effect that I put. Listen, that's the signature that I put.
Well, look, I can tell that you got some issues.
Right.
So that's what I'm telling you. You gotta listen. See what I'm saying? That's how you're gonna get something in the files that you can start to use to see which direction that you're going. You know what I'm saying? Just start adding on all these new ideas and concepts without resolving those aspects of you that's not clear, and it can just add to the confusion. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, you gotta just listen, like, what our dietary law is? We don't eat pork. Did you know that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta, before you just jump in and go feet, you gotta know what it is that you're dealing with. See what I mean? It's different. This is a science that, deal with kids. So, as a child, you can't experiment. You got time to experiment with high explosives, right? But at your age, science that you're dealing with, you don't want to be experimenting. You take the sure shots. So that's it. Just pay attention, and you got your book there. If it's any particular notes or something you're gonna recall, write it down. Or if you got any questions, write it down, and we'll get back to you in a minute. I remember this story. I don't know what's jammed up here. Screen not showing. This is just the screen right here. But get back to the title there today, Builders Bill. Now, so like I said, the topic of Builders Bill,
She knows that very value. He's a cool.
I can't say that.
I was invited to the party today.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. We had a party at 95 South. It was his birthday.
Gosh,
You know about a lot of.
I mean, listen, I probably would stay away from them anyway.
Oh, you didn't want to fuck with it?
What
I
happened?
say, yo, but you didn't want me to go?
What happened? What happened?
Let me finish your class.
All right, yeah,
I was about to say, yo, listen. What is it? You don't like me no more?
Listen, you know that truth. You know that. That's why.
You gotta stop.
That's my people too, man.
You gotta stop.
Yeah, look,
You need to show up your method. Why you talk to us? You two a double agent or something? Peace, gods. Yeah, man, I ain't want no women be in the front.
You know, but you know, getting back to this time, so what I was saying in terms of builders build, you know, it's important to understand that there's got to be more than just on a verbal, just on a verbal plane. You know what I mean? It's more than just on a plane where you speaking and you saying things that you approve of. You know what I'm saying? And all your best friends approve of it. You know, and your grandmother approves of it. You know, but there's nothing tangible. There's nothing where you can say that, okay, this hill right here was 5 inches tall, and now it's 8 inches tall. As a result of your actions. You see what I'm saying? Because you have, you know, you can apply force.
There's a crease or hell assembly.
Now listening is with your ears. Tells you if you got a question, you can write it down. You know, I won't be able to come back to what it is that I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, when you applying your force, see, there's a lot of times when you're dealing, you know, things on a verbal level, right? You know, just from talking, you can feel your energy get depleted. You know what I'm saying? You can feel the water leaving your body, you know, and you becoming dehydrated, like if you was, you know, playing basketball, right? But now, when after you express that energy, right, what is the result? See, there's a difference between you just applying force, right, and you powering something happen. See, like right now, you could go outside, right, and you can push on the wall, you know, whatever's the structure that you reside in, right? You go out and push on it all you want. You know, if you live in it, you know, if the structure you in is safe, you're not going to accomplish any work. So see, good. Ask your question this time.
What does that mean? Well,
what does it mean? Well, let me simplify it for you. Let me simplify it for you. You can't be all talk and no action and think that what you're doing is building. You know, not saying that in no way talking, because listen, if we sit down and we come up with a plan, right? This is what I'm saying, right? Let's say we're gonna build a house, right? Now, when we discussing the plans, we're saying, well, okay, the house we're gonna build is gonna be this big. This is gonna be the materials that we build it out of, right? Then yeah, that's all adding on to what's gonna happen. But what I'm saying is, if you come, right, which is not for you, because you're not 5%, but for the people that's don't know, you the, if you're coming together, right, and right now is August, right? Let's say, for example, let's say if it was August 1st, right? August 1st, you step into the cipher the bill, right? And you say knowledge is the foundation. It's right with that, right? And now let's fast forward, and now it's September 1st. And you step into the cipher and you say knowledge is the foundation. It's right with that. Then it moves to October 1st, and you step into the cipher and you say, knowledge is the foundation. See, now you're not building. You still saying the same thing, you're still in the same place. You're not really building, you're not getting into the action. You see what I'm saying? Now you're dreaming. It's not wisdom. You're dreaming. You're just talking shit. See, you over there and you're talking all this Black Panther shit, right? But you're not one of the people, obviously, to build that kind of society. Because you just talking, you ain't getting into the action. You're not really a builder. You see, builders build, you see something tangible that's there. Something tangible. You understand what I mean? Now, you know, the form that is tangible in it may be tangible, just like see right now, right? This whole cipher that we're dealing with, right, is tangible evidence that a lie existed and totally taught, right? Everything from the building, right, that we in. Now, the people that's on the internet, your presence, just kind of, sending the internet world. It's not as tangible as you being right now, right? But whatever reality it is, right, it's still the evidence, right? That, like we said about it. That is when builders are building. See, that is when you say, okay,
I can't build, you're right. Cannot build.
right? You say, that is when now you can weigh and judge your own time. See what I'm saying? Like we weigh and judge the time and the people, whoever was in the past, right? And where they fucked up. You see what I'm saying? And we can look into the future and say, oh, these are the things that, we wish it could be, well, we might not be here soon. You might hear your whole time, you gotta say, okay, what was the tangible stuff, right? What was left where the people gotta say your name? Now I know grandstanding signs on some who stood up and was counting something. So yeah, that thing over there, yeah, the guy did that. The earth did that. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's part of the difference. You know, when people look at a lot of the differences of things that was accomplished in the 60s, such as the school, people dealt with tangible things, and they dealing see this is the
Could be all talking like
is the other side of that is that they also dealt with tangible justice.
hey,
You understand what I'm saying? People lost their lives, not too much more tangible you pay that. You know what I mean? People lost their freedoms, they lost their careers, lost their fortune, whatever it may have been. Like now is tangible things to show for that, right? On different levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, education is not something that you can necessarily say has weight and takes up space, right? But it's still a tangible thing that I had to use it in order to even get online to type in the password. You know what I'm saying? It's produced tangible results, right? And then sometimes we start judging those tangible results in the 60s by today's standards, but the people in the 60s weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to do that. The people in the 60s, they produced what they produced. They wasn't doing what they was doing so it could be digital equality on Google. Google didn't think the people that made Google didn't exist. The people that made Google didn't exist when they were dealing with that science. See? But when you come in your own good time, that's when if builders is really building, right? Or if you're really religious. See, because that's it. Let me finish talking. See, I do this. I go on rants. Listen, I got on rants 7 times that I go on. Yeah. And it's important that you listen. So like right now, I gotta jog my memory back what I was saying. 60s. Yeah. Now what I was saying is that for you you gotta see if you're religious, right? Because see, if you always talking about if you always talking about all this glorious stuff, bro, silence. If you always talking about all the glorious things that Allah accomplished in the 60s, right? And the firstborn accomplished, and then you always talking about this day, right? Sometime in the future that you're not going to exist in, right? Where everything is going to be righteous, then you're the same as the people in the Bible. That you just hear between the prophecies talking shit. Bro, you know what this room is at? You in, right? No. Do you know what room this is in? I don't think that came out of the way. I don't think that came out of the way. All right. Here's respect on the people. And I ask you to leave. After that, I have to. I want to issue an apology to the teachers of the New York State public education system. I had no idea. I just got a little taste of my own medicine. See, and now, hey, listen, learn something new every day. Know what's happening.
Well, it's interesting. Knowledge.
I gotta get on that level.
Oh shit!
Shit, I was watching the rotations. But they say use the force, you use it.
Now that was a piece of
That's really how wise men get that.
that was peace though, right?
Jeez.
I want to kind of to our builders know that that's the copy of the classic, right? How do you obtain that number? To build
Like that.
what you build.
See, what it is, I don't know what it is. Like I don't well, I think you know what it is? I don't be paying attention. Like most things that happen, I don't really be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing the knowledge, but surprising in my things can go on one end out the other end. You know what I'm saying? It's actually when I was a kid, and he was right about that. When Pops was the first person to take note of it, that he was like, yo, sometimes I'm talking to you, and you're looking dead at me, nodding your head, you're agreeing with what I'm, but you ain't hearing nothing that I said. He's like, yes. He's like, yeah, you can just ignore people, without them even knowing that you ignore them. Right? And he warned me though, he said, listen, you better stop doing that because there's gonna come a time when you want to pay attention, but your minds, you can zone somebody out when you want to. You know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, you're gonna want to pay attention, but your mind's gonna be trained to zone out. And there's times when that happens where people talk to me, I just say, you ever be talking about that? Who you said that?
I do that all the time. Yeah, I'm just like acknowledging. I mean, that was
so a lot of things that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I or just certain things. Like, look, if it's not above me, somebody else got it. If that's not on my head. That's not over my head. You know what I'm saying? All that above is caused by the same man. I'm the same man that caused that. That didn't deal with that. I can't. See, I deal with reality. I'm not the mystery guy. See what I'm saying? I'm not up here performing miracles. Yes, I'm upset. I'm just being shit. So listen, some people got away with their own problems because they caused them. So
but I just take note. Like when he came in here, first we told God his name.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was coming.
Yeah, I never said.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you start asking, questioning his responses,
mm-hmm.
that was,
Well, see, yeah, that's another thing right there too. When I can already tell that you're struggling with reality. You know what I'm saying? that's but for whatever reason, we attracted the people that struggle with reality. I think.
What do you think what it is, because I've noticed that, this seems to be somewhat of a hub for special ed.
Well, not so much special ed
or people who may be challenged in those areas of learning, but not so much learning, because I think that some of the craziest people are smart, and the smartest.
Yeah.
Smartest people, just that.
Mine just work.
I think one thing it is just the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Like it come around nice, you know, and, you know, you can be one of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the other thing I think is that, you know, if you're struggling with reality, then you're looking for a lot of answers. You know what I'm saying? And you seem like you got a lot of answers. I mean, I can't really say it's one of the things where I suppose the only way for you to know is you have to be struggling with reality too. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, I can't really say. But you know, I asked Arif about it, and he said, "Yes, it's restored." So it's
always been that was the mentally challenged has always been practical pops.
Yeah, he said it's been that way before we was physically birthed, so you know.
So what is it they're looking for?
I mean, I can see the camaraderie. There's a certain level of camaraderie.
Is it appeal? What is it?
I mean, some people are looking for answers. Like, nobody, so when you're dealing with those kind of challenges, a lot of times the family don't want to be around you, and the family kind of distance themselves to people who are looking for it. So I kind of, I see what y'all are saying about camaraderie.
Well, are we saying that, like, is it possible for them to still be at the room, or is it possible that they have to deal with understanding the other first before they get over there?
Well, you know, see, you know, life is life, right? Every physical form, right? Whether it's a person or whether it's a rock, they got a certain ability to express that on this plane right here.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, some people's brains is chemically hurt up and mechanically dysfunctional. You understand what I'm saying? So people, you know, it's like in terms of, you know, will they ever get to the point of knowing the details of every science of life? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But can they live a righteous life? You understand what I'm saying? You know?
I mean, you do it at the basic principle. You understand something.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like you said, that's going to be a level, but you know, that's in everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be some people, right? That they might just stop eating certain foods.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because of knowing you know, but they never, they be like, nah, I ain't about that shit. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I stopped eating that shit when I was around him. My health improved since I just stopped to say that stuff. You know what I mean? That's the level that, because remember, you can't get blood from the rock. You know what I mean? So if that's the level that they get to, there's nothing you can do. Yes, other people, you might just tell them one thing. Like they might be asking you, you know, why you keep saying that? Because the black man's God. And the next time you see them, they know 120 lessons. They got their whole block over there. Say, yo, peace, God. You see what I mean? Now see with that person, if nothing you can did to held them back. You might have told them that one time, but you might not have, y'all might not have lived in the same area or something. You know, you only met them that one time. But during they took that jewel that you gave them and whatever they had to do to get the rest of it, they got the rest of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the same thing with the people you see every day that's around, you know what I mean? So it's you know, they sky's the limit, and some of them got some limits between here and stuff.
Special ed. I know special ed, see. And there's different levels of special ed. In my day, it was the Ms. 1, Ms. 2, Ms. 3, and size 6, and you know, Ms. 1 who had those who were had difficulty learning, and you had like Ms. 2 who were considered emotionally disturbed, and smart kids, they just emotionally disturbed. Then really, you know, so on a kind of combination more on that. It's interesting because, you know, education system, but that's kind of, it's almost like a tool to use to disenfranchise children.
Yeah.
Right? I believe it's definitely a tool to be used. However, there is, you know, some legitimacy to it, but you know, that can be used. But here in particular, teaching teach all these things you find out, teach everybody, you don't turn nobody away. Because you somebody that I don't know. I was kind of kidding, like, where's that gonna go? Where's this gonna go?
I mean, there's other people though, like look, there's the other brother that comes on Saturday, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yes.
And, you know, he's struggling a little bit, but, you know,
but he might be even more sincere than a lot of other brothers.
Right, listen, he brought his whole family to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you know, he don't have the ability to explain everything what we say, right? But wherever it is, the people that he know, which is his family, he told him, listen, you know, we guys got here, so we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going on this trip right here. That's good. He got the word out. You can't everybody don't have the same level of speaking. You see what I mean? Like I said, I don't speak King's English like that. You see what I'm saying? He got the word out though, G. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I mean? There's some other people, you know the whole lesson, but you ain't never said that to nobody that don't know it.
You just kept it in your mind.
You see what I'm saying?
You just live in reality inside you. So how are you expressing the mathematics?
It's you're dealing with self-love, I guess. That's what that comes down to.
Because how is it being expressed? It's just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sitting there, you know it, but where is the expression? Where, how you living it? You're living it, you living it, but how you expressing it so everybody else can understand how you living it, how they can live it.
Well, see, it's something that is important for you to understand, right? That's just coming to knowledge. See, there's a difference between, you know, the fact that the black man is God, right? And being Fox. be one of us being part of this nation. You see what I mean? Like there's nothing like, so like I said, you would study hand training. I said, what do I say hand training? Given the internet, you say what you want to say. You say what you want to say. Right? But this is our thing. We built it. How can somebody else tell us what you know what I'm saying? This is our particular thing, right? And we got rules to the way we do this. You know, just in terms of you saying that, you know, you got or whatever, right? You know, and you know, you got whatever facts or whatever, you know, whatever you want to use, you know, even if you got them from us, right? That's what we do. Take the best part and leave the rest alone. So that was the best part for you. The problem comes in, right? When you try to change us, right? And change our thing to what you want to do. Without even building with us, without, you know, you came and said, okay, we're going to sit down, right? As the wise minds of the universe and make a decision, right? That, you know, there's a way that may not be the same way that we was doing things, but right now, this is the best application of mathematics for us to use to be successful right now, right? We can do that, we guys. But you can't just go changing our shit.
What you're saying is something about coming onto the knowledge and wants to start doing their own thing.
Yeah,
Start warping the fact.
listen, let me tell you something.
Us.
They say something. They say something about every single person that I've ever known to get the knowledge. And some people just a little bit more than others, right? Almost everybody who gets the knowledge, they under the impression that, all right, look, science should die, right? 359 degrees is right in the center. And all this time, y'all wait on me to come and tweet that last degree for y'all. Nah, that's right. Every motherfucker thinks that. And then we need you to come and tweet that last degree for us. No, we're not the ones that understand. You're the one that don't understand. And see, some of us get to the point of realizing it. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, some people is, you know, they think you got 359. Some people think me, they got about 290 right. Yeah, you know, there's some people that think they real smart. They real smart. And yeah, you check. See all this not pro-black and anti-white. What's the people that's not see that? That was right. You know what I mean? It's, you know, so I mean, what do you do? You know, but wait in due time for people to realize that, you know, just speaking in arithmetic, right? You get the knowledge, right? You had the knowledge a couple of nights, and you don't understand why we're saying we're not pro-black and anti-white, right? And then you weigh that against the 58 years we've been doing this, G. You understand what I'm saying? And come on, you know, give us a little benefit the benefit without the doubt. But what's your name? What you got now? You got your definition?
Now, I'm so grateful. I'm still thinking about it because I haven't been moving down. I was thinking about it all day today, and I was like, damn, but I want to get it. Write it down officially.
All right. Now, here's where you get stuck. I'll tell you get stuck. See, don't confuse the examples of supreme mathematics, right? with the raw principles of supreme mathematics. See, what you need to do right now is just to define the raw principles. And then where you get your examples from, right, is that you got knowledge goes to one, right? And that completion forms a cycle, right? In every cipher, right, everything that is formed, right, what something is formed like that is a person, place, thing, idea, situation, circumstance, etc., right? In every one of those ciphers, each one of those principles is represented. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we say, for instance, when we look at those examples, right, when we say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right, that's the raw principle, right? But now, in the family, right, in that example of the cipher, right, in that manifestation of the cipher, the way that principle manifests itself is as the men. You see what I'm saying? In the solar system, the way that principle manifests itself is as the sun, right? In a house, the way that principle manifests itself is as the foundation, right? You know, with me speaking to you, the way that principle manifests itself is as the knowledge that I have in my head. You understand what I'm saying? So by the same token, you know, wisdom would be the woman in the first example, right? You know, wisdom would be the earth in the second example, right? Wisdom would be me speaking the words in the third example, right? But like I said, those is simple words. You know what I'm saying? You know, it becomes, you know, like I said, if you go to work or you go to school, right? You know, all the people in this cipher right here, right? If somebody here who is the leader, you understand what I'm saying? Rather it's de facto or, you know what I'm saying, you know, explicitly, right? You know, this person is the foundation of something where you can say that, okay, let's say I want something to happen, right? You know, I wanna walk through this door right here, right? You know, somebody here is number one in charge that I could go to and say, look, can I go through the door right here? You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't recognize that principle and you go act number 8, right? And you know, he ain't got a key. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you have to first just define the raw principle, right? So right now, you just need the raw definitions of the words, right? And then that's when you're going to use that to, you know, formulate the one that you're talking about. Where it's like, okay, that's your mathematics, right? Because, like I said, you know, those situations that I said, right? You got man, woman, and child, right? You know, okay, we all came from man, woman, and child somehow, but it's unique to each one of us. You understand what I'm saying? You know, there's certain unique aspects of each family, right? That when you manifest your mathematics, right? You know, maybe some of the examples that you might give and how the knowledge interacts with the understanding, right? May be different based on, you know, whatever the dynamics in your family. So, you know, that's when you're gonna get to that in time. You know what I'm saying? You know, the reason why you need to have the raw principles, right, is because you gotta remember the math is also communication. You know what I'm saying? So you are just only using examples, because sometimes the examples you won't be able to see the relationship throughout the supreme mathematics. I mean, like when you look at something stars, you look at a man, woman, and child, on face value, there's no connection. You see what I'm saying? But now, once you identify that knowledge as my understanding, now you can see that, okay, yeah, they both go according to these same principles right there. So, you know, on face value, you might can't see it That's how you see the relationship. You see what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with mathematics, right, it's the same thing. If you deal with today's mathematics, right, that's what we all do, right? You see, you deal, see, like when your age, that's your mathematics. That's not my mathematics. You see what I'm saying? If I was dealing with mathematics the same way you dealing with mathematics, right, then I would be fucking up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because now you gotta remember not just that, but you're dealing with cycles, right? How many times I've cycled through these examples? You see what I'm saying? So now, let's say we both make a mistake, right? It's less likely that I'm making that mistake because of lack of knowledge. And yeah, yes, I mean that growth and development. You know what I'm saying? When what you manifest about knowledge at this age, right, is to be, at a high degree of what you can manifest in your body at 10. So, see what I'm saying? So all the rest of those things, your age, the day you was born, all of those is your mathematics. See what I'm saying? But the common mathematics that we all on the same cycle of, right, is what we deal with when we say today's mathematics. You understand what I'm saying? You see, for this whole year, right, your age is your mathematics. You see what I'm saying? We deal with the month, we deal with the years, we deal with the hours, and the minutes and the seconds. You know what I'm saying? We deal with the decades, but those other mathematics we don't speak on all the time because a lot of them they don't change as often. You know what I mean? Or in the case with minutes, they change it so fast that we never shut up. You know what I'm saying? We kept manifesting mathematics. You see what I'm saying? So today is at a level where we stay in tune with what's going on, right? Because the day relates to everything else, but they still got hours, minutes, and seconds in it. You know what I mean? And those days still adds up to months and years. This is here, the Earth is approximately covered underwater approximately most of the surface. Know those levels of planets and how that wisdom is drawn up. Then you see what still is right going in. The illustrator view, that's what they like. It's I was wanting to choose drop me that it's 9 ways to break down each lesson. You know what I'm saying? And build and destroy degree is a degree where it's like infinite amount of layers to see where, you know what I'm saying, where almost, like every day of the year, somebody can pick and dip out of the destroy and manifest somebody that is really different. That's what, well, yeah, I like to know.
So you would say it's either positive.
You want to you kind of not positive, negative. it speaks on both. So that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite, because you see the application of positive and negative. In my daily life, and you know, going back to what I was taught by my whole teachers of Christianity and teachers of mathematics. It's all for it's me. I don't want to go and it's my life. I don't know what it's happening. So that's just me.
It's basically saying decision that you
Well, I mean, the building, right? You're able to add on to have positive. There's times where you know you might desire a negative effect. You might want to move something. So just simply put, that's what you got in mathematics, right? So simply put, like, yeah, I'm responsible for building what I'm looking at. It's easily removed. I'm responsible for all of it. It's called by just try to keep it simple as possible. That's the answer to all these things, companies, all kinds of and so forth, so on and forth. It's that. You know, who caused it? Good time to sort that. Listen, you got to sort that. This is going around. That's not. Yeah. Something happening, track something in the right. Let it go or add on to your life. You make the decision. Right. So that's different aspects of build or destroy. Destroy and destroy the source of all things.
Yeah,
I mean, when you destroy something, you just
modify is really change. So change that would include build and destroy, right? So like modify it. So modify this role, you know, I could add more pictures to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Or I could move walls. You know what I'm saying? Add color to it, you know, some paint and paint, or I leave it as just modify that kind of sticks of both aspects of the and see, that's like just this is to think about the meaning of words. You just start paying attention. That's why
it's important to pay attention to a lot of that.
yeah. That's the bottom line. That's what you make your mathematics. Just look at the meaning of those words and get into the depth of meanings, and then you see how they apply to everything in life. So modification does relate to building sugar. It doesn't relate to just destroy it. If you want to destroy something, it's going to be modified, but build.
and see all that stuff though. That's why I like the knowledge degree in that team. But See, the lessons is not really, you know, that changes everything. And that to me is the crucial difference.
You said the God's degree changes everything?
Yeah. Like the particular, our particular viewpoint of the knowledge degree in 1 and 10 changes everything, G. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Right, so and that relates to that build degree of the 140, right? It's like you are the making owner.
nah, the build degree all the way up to the 13th. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the perspective of, you know, that when you above the 6 miles, that this water is not returned above, or whether you below the 6 miles, that the water is not returned above. You see what I'm saying? And that whole difference is in the knowledge degree. You know what I mean? You know, if you see that person in a knowledge degree, right? It's somebody who's up here on some other level of holiness, right? Then you in 13th. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but if you see that as yourself, you in 8th. See what I'm saying? Because look, here's why it counts all the way, right? Because who's it telling you is doing all this shit? The Senator is doing all of it. You understand what I'm saying? So are you the Senator man that agree? Or are you the Senator man that search for change in years? Right? And that's the difference in you know, in our peculiar self-styled wisdom on the knowledge degree. Yes, I mean, meaning that we're not speaking about people that's outside of ourselves when we speak of the knowledge. Yes, I mean, we're not talking about the great holy men and patriarchs from the BC times. And we're not talking about, you know, somebody that's going to be created by some other conditions way in the future. We're talking about ourselves. See, a lot of people get that fucked up with that self-style wisdom, thinking that it means you can say what you want to say and still be going about it. You can say what you want to say. But you know, listen, even to be biologically related to somebody, there's certain rules to that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be biologically related to who the fuck you want to be biologically related to. You know, some of the things that you gotta look at, you know, like I said, you have rules to make it down. You know, you had to get the best and the brightest thing to make the devil. What makes you think you can use the same clowns over here? So like I said, you know, what excuses now? We gotta know some people was here looking on the rest and be civilized. Right? But they not the people, you know, even with that, they the people that look, that's really, they don't need to know nothing after the 20th degree in the 140. That's all you mean right there, because you ain't with the business. You ain't gonna get down, you ain't gonna do that. So what's the point, especially once you get to 35, what do you need to know that for? Like when we over here, like look, you stay here, right? And you know, you watch the school while we go and take that work. Right? Those people, they can stop right there. They can stop right there at 20. Listen, if you fuck up, you will kick your ass. That's it. That's where they stop at, G. Look, you got all the rules, man. Look, don't fuck up, man. That's it. You got something you want to handle. You just handle what you got to handle. Take care of yourself. I can't think of anything. I can't think of a reason why they need to know that. If you don't understand the knowledge degree, because it don't have nothing to do with you. Right? You waiting on a spaceship. If you don't understand the knowledge degree, you're waiting for everything in the 39th and the 40th degree, right? You waiting for somebody else to come do that. That's what I said. Hey, look, you ever read the Bible before? You read the Bible, right? Who was the person or people that you identify with?
That I identify with?
Yeah. Now, we're going to discuss this after because yes, you see, when I read the Bible, right, I'm God. I'm not the person that's subject to be doing all this shit. See, I know the laws right now. So I ain't got to have no intermediary through the Pope or the Son or no other motherfucker. I'm not getting smited. I'm not getting sent on no missions to conquer no land and no shit like that. I'm giving out the orders. You know what I'm saying? Now, I need you to explain to me, unless you're talking about a different David, because David is well, you could be talking about that one if you're just talking about giant slayer, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because David, I can understand.
Yeah.
But because outside of that, even including that, David is in the top 5 foulest people in the history of the world. Yeah. Yeah, so, there's a couple people in the Bible like that, but yeah, David's pretty bad. David, he was, his temper wasn't on the level. His temper was, we have to get into the Bible another time. Yeah, because when you read the Bible, you have to understand what it really is. The Bible is about the experienced gentleman of leisure trying to apply some tips to some younger, inexperienced gentlemen of leisure. And many of them fucked it up. David, he went on the dark side and sent his man to go get killed while he took his wife. But I digress. But getting the science with Goliath, though, right? This is what was followed when the science with Goliath. Goliath was really the person fighting for his homeland. Remember, they came into Palestine to conquer it, right? And yeah, so Goliath was really from the people that was already in Canaan that was saying like, yo, so you're saying that you heard from somebody in the sky, and he told you that it's you. Gotcha. Yeah, you got it. That's what fucked me up about Christianity is, for a while I'm taking this stuff seriously until I get enough knowledge to realize that this stuff can't be real.
Started in Genesis, man. It's about talking saints. And that can't be real. Gotta be, gotta be.
It's a whole album.
It just now look, that's when you get the from what I can tell, right? That is the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When people speak of medicine, right? In the form that, somehow there's some high knowledge or understanding that's affiliated with Masonry. That's, is that Masonry deals with signs and symbols, right? So because they deal with signs and symbolism and the meanings of certain signs and symbolism, right? The knowledge of that makes it easier for you to break down the allegory in these stories and get, the full meanings out of it. You see what I'm saying?
You're saying that, and from plain sight.
Right. And that's the only link I can really tell that they have to Egypt. Like they always say all that stuff goes back to Egypt. It's the same thing. Egypt got a lot of signs and symbols. You know what I'm saying? So if you know what the signs and symbols is, you could break down. And you gotta remember that the signs and symbols was you see, first of all, the alphabet is signs and symbols. Right? The alphabetic words are signs and symbols. But I'm saying that before literacy was to this level, right? The signs and symbols was it was more pervasive. Like when I was a kid, I went to a trip to a school trip to Jamestown. I think it was we went to Jamestown and another place too. But in both places, it was like some reenactment. It was like people that was there, and that was their job, was to come and act like they live in that life for the people that age, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I can't recall the other town, but it's famous, from the history books. And Jamestown, is kind of a little bit busy outside. All right.
Hold on, man. Did you ever get your keys? Nah. Well, those keys were mine. Wow. You mean the wallet? You ain't never get it? He said, ain't got it. So I had to go get all my cars back. So I went to get it back. What? So the dude searched the bus and said he couldn't find it. How did they even search? I don't think so. Okay, if you did, it would have been good. You know what you did. Yeah, all right. I'm sorry to disturb you. All right.
But in that other town, right, the stores, none of the stores had names. Like one of the stores has the kind of symbol on it that let people know what it is. So, like for instance, you don't see them as much no more, right? But remember when every barbershop used to have that red and white Day outside, that's a holdover from the days of signs and symbols. You know what I'm saying? If this is way back, this is going into like the 70s, early 80s, right? The liquor store used to always have a red dot on it. That's from the days of signs and symbols. See what I'm saying? So, but you know, knowing the particular right signs and symbols, right? You know, and the type of things that they mean, then being able to break it down, you know what I'm saying? Like the pyramid, right? You're building up from the square to your highest peak. You understand what I'm saying? A band being tempered and all that, which is all that's good, right? But here's the thing. We already seen the black man of God. So what do we need signs and symbols for? Like we already saying the knowledge that can go to born. We already saying that builders build. So what do I need signs and symbols for?
Because of being, it's just understanding.
Yeah, in terms of, in order to, you know, decipher the knowledge that is already, you know, been manifested in that form, right? Yeah, you know, like I said, even if those signs and symbols is just the alphabet, so that you can read books and decipher the knowledge that's been encoded in that form of those signs and symbols. You understand what I mean? But yeah, getting caught up in it when you know you're doing all this stuff that's based on a different time, that's based in a time where okay, you gotta find simpler ways to communicate with each other. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you know, or specific ways to communicate with each other. Yeah, you know, we do all that, but if you say that right now, right, it's 2022. Right. And this stuff is on the internet, man. Like, you know, it's one of the things, you know, I hate to always use this example, but it's a perfect example, you know what I'm saying, of a person, right, who it's like you already knew that this person, you know, was homosexual and not, you know, feeling no way about it or saying that about it, really saying that, you know, you could already tell, right? And then the person is hiding it, right? They're trying to hide it, but everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come out, like they coming out of the closet, like, no, you just got comfortable enough to live your life. But you already telling us, man, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You walking around right now trying to conceal that the black man's God, right? And I come on here Monday and Tuesday, 3 hours. Last shot comes on Saturdays, 2 hours. Soon as comes on fucking Thursdays, 3 hours. You got mental freedom, infamy. What are you doing? And you really put it in signs and symbols now. When you got people that go out of their way and make sure that everybody knows. You got supreme understanding out there, right? How you look? Yeah.
Look like you're trying to be as a time when it's all that.
It's already that. You know what I mean? So that's where, you know, people that be curious about it, like I've never, you know, or maybe that's what it is, you know, it's so secretive that it's certain signs that, you know, I never heard of because they keep it secret. You know what I mean?
God,
But that's kind of, you say you want to go in there on the basis of that, is kind of searching for yeah.
It's interesting you say that because dealing with like the first we dealing with 25,000, the movie history of 25,000 years. And the language that is in it. Right, so different language changes. So there's certain things you might be looking at right now, and you don't really know what that language is. You don't know, you can't, you're not able to read how this thing is being communicated. So different signs and symbols. So like right now, we have an alphabet of 26 letters. So say, you know, however many years ago, before the alphabet, what was the mode of communication? So you say, look at like certain things that might be written in the language, a specific language, or certain things might be written in, trees, written in stars, different languages.
What you mean? Just
different symbols, which are different things, have different modes or different expressions of communication.
Yeah, but see, some of those things that you're saying, those is like those symbols is not necessarily on paper, like those sort of like you say trees and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, but see now, how do you put that? You know, knowledge, right? Is you know, knowledge is something that has to be maintained, right? Meaning, you know, your head, right, doesn't become tangibly bigger, you know, with knowledge or, you know what I'm saying, reach a certain capacity of it, right? So, you know, there's the mental aspect of it. See, knowledge can be encoded physically. You understand what I'm saying? You know, there's things that, like we said, with a sign or a symbol, right? The knowledge is encoded in that thing physically. You understand what I mean? Or
Like the alphabet,
DNA.
well, that's even better.
Right? The knowledge is encoded physically, you know what I'm saying? In particular, it's, it's coded because, however it works out, you only got four things, right? A, C, T, G, right? So now it's how encoded, right? And all the myriad combinations that make the difference in people, you understand what I mean? So, it's like I said, there's an aspect of it that's only mental, right? But right down to the way that DNA has to interact with each other is mechanical. You understand what I'm saying? So
we got to communicate with each other.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Even the act of exchanging the DNA, all of that's mechanical. You understand what I'm saying? And the DNA and the proteins and all of that mixing, right? That's all a physical thing. You feel what I'm saying? Or, even what they call muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? Or, it's certain places, right, where if you ask me where it's at, I can give you the address. Right? If you ask me what street it's on, I'm gonna be able to tell, right? But if I walk over there, I can tell you this stuff. Now looking all around, if I went street, from the place where I first, went over there, then knowledge can also be encoded like that. Or, even athletes. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of times see them and they react so quick is because that movement and the reaction to whatever they reacted to is encoded in their muscles. They don't have to think about it like other people. See what I'm saying? So it's
Reflexes.
it happened fast, but to them, it happened regular speed. Yeah, like I'm saying, with could be somebody, yeah, to me, that was a regular conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, like the other day, with Sheila came in here, Sheila came in from the team.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, and he was, he was dropping some signs in, and like I told you, that was a regular conversation. But look, I seen him at the rally. That was what? That was about 2 weeks ago. So the next weekend, right? I saw him at the rally, right? And that's what he said. He was like, yeah, everybody was I was seeing everybody. He was like, yo, man, that was good what you was building. And he was like, what are you talking about? Because that was just a regular conversation. He just came up here and was talking to us. He wasn't coming up here like, yo, drop a jewel on these brothers. You understand what I'm saying? To him, that's a regular day.
So all man see him.
Yeah. She loved home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same, But all of that's important. That's something that's, your brain, gets trained and even accustomed. You know what I'm saying? Like when you driving on the highway and then you get off the highway, traffic just seems like it's crawling, like, going 35 miles an hour after you just got off the highway, now you're like, oh man, I can just walk. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain things that just gotta be like the athletes and stuff like that. Work out. That's gonna last for so long, and you have to go back and work out again. Same thing in calling information. Certain way, words will go back, refresh it. Studying your lesson. Right now, you're on your spinning back battery. There's a certain level of what you contain. When you go back, you contain more. Right? Keep doing it. Okay. I got this, and this is what's strong, and I gotta go back and keep doing it. Okay?
People out
Just
here.
talking about words gonna be different communication. Proceed.
If y'all got questions out there, y'all better go ahead and ask now, because y'all ain't not gonna be playing games with each other now. No, I ain't do.
You know what I'm saying?
So like you say, the communication.
Yeah, like every time I look at it, okay, want to like to see like okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then change. Then go back to what it's not like look at it, understand it, go back over and say see something that you missed.
So it's kind of where you communicate with your strong, because you might, because the information is there.
Right.
So now you just gotta look at it again, right? And then, now you got something you can see before.
Exactly.
You see, that's gonna happen when the lessons is about life. If you learn something simple like 2 + 2 is 4, it's not that much 2. So it's just 2 + 2 is 4. You know what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with something, man, that's lessons on life and shit, right? Like let's say you hear the story of Judas, right? At 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? you know, somebody, you know, you let somebody hold your skills in top and they go somewhere without getting back to you, that's it's Judas. You know what I'm saying? We talk about money top. But at 5 years old, I'm looking for you, son. When I see you, you better have my fucking top. Yes, I mean, but as life goes on, you know what I mean? You're gonna learn that that's a whole lot deeper than, you know, a fucking top. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's gonna happen. Those stories, those examples was picked for that particular reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, especially once you start dealing with those biblical, you know, those kind of stories like that, Quran and all that, you know, a lot of them stories is those stories was ancient at the time the Bible was written, right? And so they were stories that even though they was ancient at the time the Bible was written, they were still applying in the time that the Bible was written. You understand what I'm saying? So it was known that these things is kind of the dynamics of life. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, you know, stories like that had existed before the Christian tradition, you know, with the Greek mythology and you know, all these other stories that was around. They was already dealing with, you know, just the conditions and dynamics and the interactions of people. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's, you know, kind of what's different. That's what gives those books, you know, kind of qualifies those books to be in the category where they at. You know what I'm saying? Is that, you know, those are amalgamations, right? The books that are amalgamations of a whole bunch of other books. Where, you know, sometimes you can tell, right, that you know, for instance, right, there's several heroes in the Bible, right? You know, there's even what's the dude's name? I think Elijah that never died. They say God loved him so much that he just took him up to heaven and he walked with God. You know what I'm saying? So there's other people, right, in that, but you know, Jesus is particularly chosen as to when that's the Messiah. You know what I mean? But the reason for that is because those are different people's stories, right? That they all amalgamated together into this one story. You know what I'm saying? Or how, you know,
To that one book.
yeah, see, look, Cain and Abel. That's why Cain and Abel, you know, present several issues, right? Because that's another story that they got from somewhere else and they just put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like Cain and Abel just kind of appear, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere, right? With these personalities of mine, this is almost the same personality that Jacob and his brother got. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, this kind of relationship between brothers is another story that they put in with, right? Ishmael and Isaac, et cetera, et cetera. And the resolution is another where you can tell, like, okay, this wasn't the same story. Because how did we start with two people, but you found a wife somewhere else?
Right.
Yeah, because this is not the same story. This is some other story that they amalgamated together with some other story, right? You know, and then some stories they mix together at the same time where things happen multiple times. Right? Like your man David. David killed Goliath 2 times. First he slayed him, and then he chopped his head off and slayed him. God made man from his image, and And then he made it from the dust of the ground. Those is because those are all different stories.
It's just like, it's kind of like goosebumps, but it happens. That's how I think. Like every time I write goosebumps, you always get to hear it, and then it was like, make a choice. You want to go this way with the story, you want to go that way.
Used to be a cartoon like that back in the day. And he used to always go to commercial right then. And he'd be in the dilemma, right? The dude used to know. And he'd be in the dilemma, and I should be like, yo, should he attack the person? Should he run from the person? Or should he do this? Then that's when they go to commercial. You got to try to guess which one he's going to do. I can't recall the name of it. And it came out towards the end, like by then I was starting to drop out of the cartoon world. So I don't recall it as good as the ones that was around about. When I was at the peak of my cartoon ever, I would say about probably like 6 to 10. That was when I had Saturdays backed up.
Classic.
Yeah.
Basically, when you go to church, it is usually voting.
So you
I said, when people go to church, what did they vote for?
I mean, at this point,
Words of encouragement.
it's I think it's just following. You know what I mean? Which
It's like a routine, like brushing the teeth.
yeah, your family, everybody else is involved, and then there's an actual term for what I'm saying. I don't recall what it is, but it's a lot of people is just hedging against, meaning they're just going with the gamble, right? That it's better to believe in God, right, and follow His rules, and then get to heaven, or to die, and then find out that there's not really no God. Then for you to not believe in Him and not follow His rules, and then get there and find out that it is God. Yes.
I've heard that.
Yeah. There's a name for that idea. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm the opposite. You see what I mean? Because, if because I'm right, see that's what people like I said, they follow you, so you don't know what you're gonna do. So I already know what I'm gonna do. So see, for me, it's like, look, if I'm gonna do all this right, and you still ain't gonna let me in, fuck you anyway. Well, I want to be around you. At the end of the day, I'm just saying, very narcissistic individual. I can do all this righteousness. But because I didn't believe you, and you made it pretty hard, you didn't make it easy. That's not what I'm saying. Now all of a sudden,
But I gave you the church.
Yeah.
Gave you the Bible.
If that's the deal, I think I'd rather be alone. And not for nothing, I don't know how many of y'all know. I had to fuck it up for the reverends. Because I know they ain't waiting for this, but little known fact. Hell is not really for eternity. I don't know how many years it is, but you get out. It's not like life in America, it's like life in Brazil. The maximum you can get in Brazil is 25 years. I'm not saying that you want 25 years, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a little bit different from America. You're not, they'll let you die. So yeah, this actually eventually, you know, hell is destroyed and everybody goes to heaven anyway. So I guess that's one of the places where you're not supposed to go in the end of the movie. Sorry about that, Pope. You know what I'm saying? Tell the Pope my bad. But you know, I keep telling y'all, you know, you're trying to keep these secrets out here in 2022. Trying to keep secrets in 2022, man. It's a little bit ridiculous. What we should do, man? We have any questions out there before we wanted oh yeah, I didn't call to tell you too. So we have the book bags end up being $480. Right? Anybody that wants to add on to that, can hit the Cash App and just make sure you put book bag drive in the note for that. But we're getting 100 book bags. With the supplies, I said before that the book bags, we could order them with supplies in them. But from what I observed, the prices that they have, there's better prices at the staples. So, you know, if that's, you more inclined to do that, if you get any supplies, right, just you can mail the supplies straight to the school, paper, folders, notebooks, pens, pencils, erasers, hand sanitizer, rulers, pencil cases, whatever it is. Like I said, we got 100 book bags and we need to fill them up with some supplies. That's gonna be the 27th or the 28th of this month. I'm gonna be giving out 100 book bags to the community. Anybody who wants to add on, of course, is welcome.
What's the that?
Huh?
What's the
$ Fame Labs. So what you say here is several questions. Wise words. What wise words are used to draw up a wisdom? I mean, it depends on you know, depends on the women. I'm not sure it's a kind of a set form of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, in terms of, you know, drawing anybody up, you know, it's not the, I wouldn't say so much as the wise words, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's the principles, right? And, you know, whether you speaking on those principles or acting on those principles, you know, that is where I think the wisdom lies with that. Well, see, building it easy. You know what I'm saying? see, here's the thing with why people is more attracted to Pip than the villain, is that you know, is in the value system. You know what I'm saying? It's the rewards, right, that come from a lot of things is gonna add up to you and be more evident quicker. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like you know, so like if you go back to school, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got the kids that, you know, they already selling drugs already. You know what I'm saying? You know, junior high school, you know, they already got truck drift. You know what I'm saying? High school, they already got whips and rims and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I can't think of a case right now where one of those people, right now, I'm saying at my age, right, where one of those people is doing better than the people that just went to class. Yes, that was what I'm saying. You know, but at the time, what they was doing, it didn't even look like it's no rewards. Like when you getting an A on a piece of paper, Mr. Wondorf likes you. You know, we, you know, or you know, you may not be able to see the value in what it is that you get. You know, quite. Right again. I think. Really. What else stand for that? Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what that comes down to. You know what I'm saying? Where you know, even in terms of for us as a community, it's you know, we kind of at that point where you know, you got people that would rather be cool, you know, and look fly and be broke than do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's you know, that a lot of that got to deal with the dynamic of society. You know what I'm saying? Where you know, certain talents and certain skills, right, that people have, right, may be more valuable to society at a given time. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Me, like for instance, let me give you a good example. Like once upon a time, a degree in mathematics was not that valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like before the computer era, you might could be an accountant, you know what I'm saying? You'd be a math teacher, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that many things. See, now you could do those derivatives and shit on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? You can make the algorithms for Google. You know what I'm saying? These things now, you know, accounting, that's some people in the back, they not getting paid like that. You know, they just, you know, pushing a little bit of paper, they know how you calculate it. See, now, you know, so I'm just saying, like, let's look at something simple, right? You know, like Elon Musk, right? He he dates models, right? Before the internet, he never would have been dating models, right? But see, that this society, this social order that we live in now. Yeah, but Trump ain't like that.
You don't think he
Trump
would have
is
been
not like
exposed to the
that.
model?
Trump is, huh?
You don't think he would have been exposed to model when he got to his news?
That's not
No,
that's
that's what
what
I'm saying. Him being, like, see what I'm saying is, for instance, once upon a time, you know, you would hear, like, if you watch the movie, The Shuffle, and they were talking about, yo, the man in the uniform, right? Yeah, because the man in the uniform got a job. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible. Listen, unless you in jail, unless you got a uniform on, right, and a good job at that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, those are right. That right, military, that's what I'm saying. You're in a position where you can be a stable foundation for a family. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, whoever has those kinds of talents and skills, so I'm saying that's why if you in a community where it's rough, right? Then the gang member or the thug or whatever, this is the person with the skills to survive over there. You understand what I'm saying? So they're gonna have the traction power.
Because you was able to use whatever you had,
right,
to attain a certain amount of power and have a team.
You see what I'm saying?
That's went wrong.
Yeah. So now that's what it is right now, right? If you can peace, if you can show and prove your knowledge, right? By, like you were saying already, building and producing self-tangible. But that's not to say, you're gonna attract every woman, because every woman, what that tangible thing is, it's not gonna be the same value. See what I'm saying? Like, it's some women you can come up to, and you can be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I was building on mathematics and shit, but my mathematics was so beautiful that I got all these Birkin bags, right? And some women say, you got what? Get this shit the fuck out of here, man. You understand? Yeah, so, it depends, another woman might be like, oh, well, hey, that's it, I want you for life now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm excited my pants are not wearing fluorescent crops. I'm not on OnlyFans. I'm not doing that dance with my head. Wax ways and axes, wax ways. I mean, yeah, I noticed that slippers do seem to be really big. Still got slippers on.
These from like books.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, heavier too.
The day that they bring, because I don't see that sandwich is one thing, but it reaches like strap on the feet or something. Those slippers. Crocs. Yeah, but sometimes they just be having like regular friends. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Easy got slippers now too?
Yeah.
Listen. That's pretty much it. Yeah, matter of fact, I need to tell y'all that too. That I've been considering. I had a conversation with a Mr. Was it Mr. Steve King? I think it's Mr. Steve King I had a conversation with. And speaking with him, I'm seriously considering shutting down the channel and classes. Mr. Steve King informed me that in the year 15,600, give or take, that the devil is going to just melt off the planet, and all embellishment and negativity will cease to exist. So, being that that's already going to happen, I figure I might as well not waste no time and go out there and have some fun. So, shout out to Steve King.
13,000 years from now.
Shout out to them. So it's 15,600. Yeah. That's just supposed to happen. So I guess
I'll another 500 years.
I guess I'll see y'all on the City Sciences channel. Yeah. We can, I mean, what's the point of all this here? He made some calculations according to the zigzag zig. Yeah. To where jump to 9,300 years was the zig. And so then, 9,300 years with the zig, right? And then 6,300 years was the zag. And then another 9,300 years was the final zig. So by that calculation, if 15,600, we re-enter the zig. Yeah. I got a couple big years left. I'm still in my peak in my prime. Why waste it? Why waste it? Something that's bad body shit. I don't understand. Still it? Oh, snap. I can't be there. I'm supposed to plug it. Excuse me. Let me plug it in.
bringing in the home of Donald Trump.
We see right now they gotta make themselves look busy. See all that type of stuff. See, I'm gonna tell you, to me, of course, I'm not an inside the box thinker. But see, the thing for me is, look, you can't have it both ways. You're painting Trump as very dumb, right? If he's so dumb, why is it taking the whole government all this time to take him down? Like, they've been investigating him since 2016. There's somewhere down the line. So look, it's like I said, man, look, if you can be thwarted by a 5-year-old, maybe you need to analyze your plan. Maybe your plan wasn't quite as sound as you thought it was. A 5-year-old, he shut you down. Yeah. You really need all the finest legal mind in the reality. You can't take down the dominant. Yeah, but it's a couple of other things you can do. I already told you I'm not to be out of the loop right now. Stop paying attention to social media for a period of time. After that, y'all, we're gonna take a little hiatus. We're gonna take a hiatus in September. Give you a heads up. After the book bag drive, it's been a full summer season. Start from Sean Food. It's been a whole bunch of other events.
Like September, October, take down or put rest again.
Nah. But you gotta remember too, that's another thing where I know, look, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 weeks in September that I'm gonna fall back, because you gotta remember too, the rally shifts back up here in September. You know what I'm saying? So, that's so. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Let me get a little off season. Let me get an off season real quick, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully right now, we remain stable and everybody take care of their health and everything, so we don't have none of that. But we're gonna have a couple downtime weeks. We're gonna have a couple downtime weeks starting the first week of September. The kids is back in school, so I ain't really gotta, Science channel still in effect. I just haven't, you know, like I said, it's you know, I really, yeah, I tell the truth, I need a break. I need, because I got a lot of stuff too that's, man, it's just sitting on the table. I gotta finish it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, I gotta get the City Sciences channel a little more up and out there. The questions and the answers, man, I said a lot of things. It's that I just the time. You know, that was the good thing. See, the pandemic is, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you know, starting from you know, after that, and then you know, now we pretty much back up to speed. You know, maybe not up to the same volume, but we up to speed with before the pandemic. So, but yeah, I definitely you know, got some things. Like I said, there's a lot of things that be happening in that atmosphere, right? That what I'm saying is that, you know, dealing with the signs of you know, because I'm not saying for us to get caught up and get into all these arguments and that. But what I'm saying is that the real time news that's happening, right? And you know, dealing with that being like, you know, they didn't tell the law afterwards, you know, like, look, you know, here's a news report that it was a riot in Harlem and the shit burned down. You know what I mean? That was a real time current event, things that's happening around you in the midst, right? And then you saying you God, right? And all the people that's supposed to listen to you instead of the pimping. You know, you gotta be able to respond to those things. You know what I mean? Because if we don't respond to them things, right? Then you know, look, that's what the devil is saying. You know, and you know, not saying that we gotta run out there and be people just that stupid. It's just saying that look, that's the excuse that the police give for why they have to kill us. You understand about this? See what I'm saying? You're over there doing uncivilized things, right? Being savage, and y'all don't have an answer for it. You're not going out there in the street and getting your child. So we're gonna come and get you know, that's an example of you know how this principle works against us. You know, a lot of things, and that's what it comes down to. You know, there's just X amount of principles, and you need to figure out how to make them work for you, or they work against you. Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely, I witnessed that. Robbie said things will never be absent of memories of COVID until we're gone. You know, and listen, I think it's even like the generation of people, like say you just been born like the last 3 or 4 years, right? They're gonna be like, there was something strange about old people. Yeah, old people, from these wipe shit down with alcohol.
That's the time that needs
He's like, yo, your grandma was right with that mask or something. Yeah, went to take a house, his grandma was in the shit. when I grew up, it wasn't until I got older that I realized that the people that was doing that was people that was around when the banks crashed in the Great Depression. If I never seen my great grandmother go in no bank. And she had cakes. And I'm telling my mother's bail money. She went in the back and came back cash. I never seen her on the bank. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, or look, and, for my generation, look, certain drugs, all that mom and shit. Not fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's certain experiences that, you know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, that's gonna reflect for years to come and shit like that. You know what I mean? Just like, for instance, I give you another good example. It's like now we're going fucking stupid, right? With hurricane drills. Remember the hurricane and tornado drills? But you know what that really was? World War II. Nuclear bomb drills. Right. They was what's the name for nuclear bomb drills. So that was a remnant of that time when we never lived in that place. So it's been stupid guys. Yes,
hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah. So listen, there's gonna be kids that are going to school, right? That you gotta follow certain rules that was instituted during the time of COVID. And you're not, and then you're just gonna be like, yo, it's different, man. Like, yo, why we gotta do all this? Like, what this? You know, that's why anytime you go in the liquor store, the back is always open. And you can see all the liquor. It's because in the prohibition time, certain places they have just a store right there, and in the back they got a party bowl. You know what I'm saying? So they started making it where, like, look, as soon as a motherfucker come in there, police or whoever is going to investigate, they got to be able to see the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sir. So, yeah, Robbie is definitely right on that it's going to be years to come, man. I think even, a little bit past us, where the effects of that happening, and then what about that? The fact that, not just the 2 years that they missed, right? But, just the general disruption of the education system now, you know what I'm saying? And, for some kids, they never gonna catch back up. The only good thing is that everybody missed the 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So other people is not, I guess, maybe not as far ahead of you as they would have been if you missed the 2 years, but
would that make you behind if you missed 2 years, but you can still learn it at home? Some people was like, I'm not really saying that. It's gonna teach you how to get it.
Well, yeah, that's when you get into what I call the legacy of literacy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even when we talk about the kids who fell behind, right? For the most part, we're not talking about those kids that you took, right? Because whether it was school or not school, they was going to get support from their parents in the education system. You see what I'm saying? But now you got the kids who, like, believe it or not, there's still people out there that nobody in their family has graduated from high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, in their direct bloodline, like their parents, their grandparents, nobody graduated from high school. You see what I'm saying? So in a place like that, you know, once you get to the ninth grade, doing algebra, trigonometry, calculus, your parents can't help you. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know kind of like how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, you got kids that's smart, and then you got some kids that just know how to play the teacher. You know what I'm saying? But they're not actually that smart. You don't even get those skills, right? You can't even learn those skills, you know, from, you know, other people, some kids, like, you know, they're gonna come home, y'all gotta do this science project, and they parents are gonna take them to the Blake Market store, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get all the finest shit, you know. Those kids, you never really have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Even in terms of the knowledge, right? You know, that's something that even when I was a kid, I always thought like that. That yo, you know, it's certain the good kids, they don't need the knowledge like we do. See what I'm saying? Like for them, you know, they already was gonna have support of certain things. They already was gonna do righteousness and shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, without the knowledge, we really got killed. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. And that's not to say that, you know, because a kid has a support system, you know, that they don't need the knowledge, you know, that it's not their birthright as much as everybody else. I'm just talking about when you're dealing with the emergency situations. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, in these suburban communities, right? You know, for the most part, you know, kids is gonna finish playing a PlayStation, get a last snack, go to bed, get up in the morning, you know, go to, you know, soccer practice, you know, whatever, basketball, whatever it is, that's what I mean. In that time, right, on the south side of Chicago and the South Bronx and East New York and Brownsville, you know, East Harlem, kids is gonna die tonight. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? In terms of the urgency of what it is we gotta deal with. Listen, if you just, well, for some of us, it's that being wet for the grace of the gods go high. You understand what I'm saying? You know, yeah, that's, you know, that's good. The term adolescent is from the 1950s. There was no adolescence before World War II. You know what I'm saying? Remember, before World War II, kids worked. Kids that was 6, 7, 8 years old worked. Smoked cigarettes, drank liquor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Yeah, there was no adolescence. You went from being a man baby or a woman baby to a man or a woman. You know, people at 15 had come kids already. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So in New York City in particular, I don't know about other cities, you know what I mean? But they had developed a problem for years. You know what I'm saying? Even with immigration, right? You had people that came here from wherever country they came, and when they got there, everybody was on their own. Like, you know, until the kids, look, we're American. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, look, you know, you're already 8. You know, you got these other 5 little brothers and sisters I gotta take care of them. You know, you can go ahead and get business, you get a job, and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You had kids like that. You know what I'm saying? The mafia is one of the results of that. You know what I mean? They all started off as those little kids. You see what I'm saying? So then there came a push that, yo, you know, we gotta do something about this because it's starting to go bad. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of crime is starting to spike amongst them, to a degree where we gotta do something about this. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the season where the law steps into the picture and with his program.
So how was he able to like get to the kid, like somebody coming up to him,
This is one of the things that is more just difficult in your time. That well, this is from you know what I'm saying? One, right? Especially when you're dealing with the science of New York City, right? It's been a build up to it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's been preceded already by Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? You got Malcolm X, it's right there, the Temple of Respect. You know what I'm saying? So it's all these other things that is influencing the kids that they want to be a part of that, right? But it's not easy to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? Until a lot comes with a specific program for them. You see what I'm saying? So, I got Umar Johnson. Listen, so shout out to Umar Johnson. Shout out to Umar Johnson. But I'm just saying, another thing that, I'm saying, listen, these are just the things that is unique in your time. These are the things that, like I said, for you to add whatever is your age to the mountain, right? These are the things I gotta go through, you know what I'm saying? Another thing is in the 60s, right? Just the general respect for elders, you know what I'm saying, was more intact. Right. Yes, I mean, so, nobody 13, 14 was going to curse out nobody 36, 37. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know what I'm saying? That builder's build, right? He also had a very tangible thing, right, that would cause people to have some reverence and respect. Is that some of the best martial artists in the community at that time was in the NOI. You know what I'm saying? And Allah was a teacher of them. So, people is not exactly one. You go watch, that's the whole time, you hate them out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Those factors right there, that's where, and look, I'm not saying there was no cakewalk for him. Got shot up 2 times. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, exactly what you said. But those are the, each time the challenge is going to become harder and harder, right? Because, if you got an adversary, right? Once that adversary uses a certain tactic and strategy to become successful, right? Then you cut that off. Now you on guard for that. You see what I'm saying? See, so now they know that we ain't gonna eat paper, we ain't gonna eat chickens and all that. So they're not gonna let purpose. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be more difficult to weed out. You know what I'm saying? Like really, all they had to tell me is that shit was wrong with us. You didn't have to. I'm talking about before I had the knowledge. Like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, you're right. See, just the sound of it and the smell of it in today's time, they know they can't get that over on a young person, right? So now you better really be that ingredient list. Or whatever, right? See, yeah, it's gotta be more right, right. But in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, that makes it more powerful. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm not in no way in defense of this shit. You see what I mean? It is playing on parts of my mind. You know what I mean? As opposed to, we just physically forced to eat this shit because it's nothing else. Right? That's one thing. All right, we want to dress it up as much as we can. But if you start playing my mind, yes, now I'm saying, that's a whole other level. You understand what I'm saying? Up until, let's say, the 80s, the method of concealing the truth was of just blocking off all knowledge. Now, the methods is really misinformation and disinformation. Yeah. You see what I mean? By overloading you with so much shit.
So that's what they mean when they say the devil mixing the truth.
Yes. Well, it's different tactics of the same thing. See, like for instance, look, see, before, right, who is benefiting, right, and their strategy is the Catholic Church, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no school other than church. There's no school, you're not gonna learn about the solar system, you're not gonna learn nothing that doesn't coincide with the stuff in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? But now that they're using social media and shit, right? They gotta do it with 1,000 stories. Oh, this expert over here, or this person that works in the field, or this other, you understand what I mean? And now with all this information, you still can't come to an understanding. That's the key.
Still knows.
Still knows. Smell good. Oh yeah, we got actually from this next month coming up, we got there's three AIG boxers is fighting like in the next month. We got Lacey. Lacey actually she lives in Brooklyn, so she doesn't come to the class, but she still trains in Brooklyn. A couple other fighters down here. Our first fighter that got in the ring was Jamie. Jamie, he's software engineering. So that's what he do with his hands. But he trains them. He trains people. You know what I'm saying? And he's still active. And then we got some young boxers that they're interested in getting in the ring, but they're not ready yet. But in the next year or two, they should be about ready. We got our other. Let's not forget about Ty Law. His name is Tyler, but we call him Tyler. He's going to the 12th grade this year. He's about to graduate. He said he's going to do his culinary thing. He's going to culinary school at the end of the year. He's already been majoring in culinary arts. Yeah. I'm proud of the boxers. You know, yesterday we had a big day. We had a party. It was the 5th year anniversary. We had the bouncing house sound, the basketball hoop game. In fact, I got a little short video I'm gonna post. So y'all can see how we had a couple of things out there for them. Saturday classes, I think, come on Facebook. Saturday classes on Facebook, right? He just don't have YouTube, but you gotta look for Elisha on Facebook.
Kathy does have YouTube, he's on post. You haven't seen Jabu's page?
I haven't had a chance to see it. I see Shabu.
Yeah,
And he told me about it, but I ain't get a chance to see it.
You got the glazing and all that. All right, glazing cabinets. Who's on his channel?
Who?
Jabu. Talking about the rocks and
I have to check that out. He
this
was,
is that's like that was like
I'm saying he was a guest on Glenn's channel.
glaze, like no. It's Jabu. How long we know the Jabu? Like 70, 75, 76.
Yeah.
Back then, so about the 18, what was the original 18? Come 5%.
I mean, yeah,
Garden Streets is where everybody want to check that out.
God in the streets.
Yeah, Garden Streets.
He said I need a big universal patch for my trucks when I fight for the Knights of Lightweight Championship. For your trunks, you mean? When you fight for the Knights of Championship next month. You know how they say. Jack Live Mine is a special case. Yes.
As I said, you got a special complications for your special cases.
See, I don't know about universal flag. Yeah, I think we need to come up with something like that. We need to come up with something that minors can wear. Yeah, you know, they just admire the guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, represent, they don't know the rest. So, for a large charge, what's the large charge channel on what's your name? It might say Kenneth Jones.
Yeah. And so
It might say Kenneth Jones on Facebook as a large charge page. And he broadcasts live on there on Saturdays.
that's Kenneth Jones on YouTube.
See if I give you a flag, then you gotta know how to break it down. And then see on top of that, you know, I mean, it's pretty. I think it's you know, it's fairly clear that you're gonna have to win. You can't. Yeah, you put it on your trunks. You can't let the flag get burnt. You know, because look, not for nothing. I give you this much. That is the kind of thing that the law already did. Like if you going somewhere to shine and you from around here, the law will give you flat. You see, when you got to the place where you was and you was wearing it, right? You gotta know what to say about what that flag is. See, you gotta tell her, man, that this flag right here, man, I was given this by whoever gave it to you. You know, and this, the symbol right here represents a large 5%. And they teach that the black man is God, and they teach the babies to reach the peak of their potential. See, these are the things you gotta know that you got that flag. You see what I mean? Even if it's on an honorary level, right? There's something that you did, right, that made whoever it is around you think you was worthy of merit. See, that's what's happened in those other times. See, nobody ever says that. Whenever these people is wearing our flag, nobody ever says that. That yo, I was given this. See, when they start all that studying, that's when I say, I get to it off. You see, even for me, why are you wearing it? Why was you giving it? See, I didn't get the flag because I had $10. See, I got the flag because I had $10. You know, that is a fact. That you know, the flag is supposed to be out there shining, you know, as a, you know, a factor in our mind. You know, something, meaning, you know, it's supposed to be restaurants and laundromats and bodegas and supermarkets and et cetera, with the flag on. They doing anything that's different. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times, you know, you might be thinking, okay, or the, you know, the person they doing that kind of on their own. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, no, that's what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be going out there, right, and showing what is the benefit of having this knowledge, right, with the flag on. Yeah, I mean, you know, right now, there's enough of an illusion, right? You know, there's enough of an illusion to make people feel, you know, kind of like better you know what I'm saying? You know, like not everybody identified with the George Floyd situation. Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, some people felt like, you know, look, I live in the suburbs, you know what I mean? The murder rate is 0. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I really rarely see officers, you know what I'm saying? Like Robbie was telling me a story one time, like how you know how you know, one place that he rested, you know, was like this, you know what I'm saying, that if somebody called the cops, right, and the cops knocked on his door, you know, they like breakfast, you know, they got something. And he was like, yo, in another place, where with the suburbs, right, that, the cops come to his house about a complaint. Like, see, the complaint is on him. The cops come like, yeah, you know anything about that? And he was like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't know. He's like, oh, wait, don't think you saying what's good. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that people that is from that situation, you know what I'm saying, or some people that feel like, oh well, like, yo, I got a college degree, so I'm not gonna be doing what he's doing, so I don't identify with that. You know what I mean? And so as long as that's the case, you know what I'm saying, where people be kind of identify with something else or has something else, somebody else who doesn't have that problem. You understand what I'm saying? Look, even in the time of the Lord, right? Those are not my kids. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, like he's saying, look, we responsible, we gotta teach. Look, those are not my kids, man. You understand what I'm saying? So there was other people who didn't see the urgency they needed. You know what I'm saying? So
It is responsible for child.
Right, they didn't see themselves as responsible. But see, here's the thing. Why you trying to, what's the word? You gotta understand. I think you gotta live with that and say that it shouldn't change, right? But you gotta realize that look, in 1860, the people on the plantation and they see no urgent situation. So, these motherfuckers back then they did. Look, and now niggas got rims and shades. You know what I'm saying? So they really not gonna see it. Everything that happened during the civil rights, there were certain people that they ain't seen like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah, like this is slavery time. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So there's always going to be people, look, that's the same thing you would hear that like person saying now. This is not the 50s and 60s. There's opportunity out there. All you gotta do is go to school. All you gotta do is this. All you gotta do is that. But like I said, back on the plantation, you said, look, man, why don't you just pick the guy, man? Why you all you got to do?
I've heard that before. You say that we equal and there's opportunity for all. And people say there's no racism in most society.
Well, you gotta realize that
How does that?
at the most extreme.
You see that? I don't understand how you see that.
Well, you're not even at the most extreme of the idea. At the extremity of that idea, right, is the standpoint that in America we should be grateful for slavery. Because if not for slavery, we would be starving now. So now, because of state slavery, we get to have iPhones and use YouTube. Yeah, that's at the extreme of that idea. That all of the people, especially if we talk about our generation, right? Like that type of idea, right? It acknowledges that, our great grandfather should have been upset by it, right? Because he actually was in slavery, but that the rest of us have hit the what do you call it? The genetic lottery, right? To be born in America. But it's the same, the British say that to the Indians. You know, it's something. It's a colonial, and because from there, when it was colonial times, right? I know at least in England, I'm not sure about France and the other countries, but they had something called the white man's burden. And what that was is that as civilized Christians, right, it was their duty to civilize the rest of the year. You know what I mean? And so all of the trials and tribulations, including busting their heads, was the white man's burden. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people from Congo, right? They was giving an interview and they was asking them what did they know about King Leopold, right? And so, they was talking about, he was here, it was rough, and people want family, throwing the body, and he was doing this. And then there was this one dude that came out and said, yeah, but you can't be so hard on him though, because he brought us Christianity and he civilized us and all this stuff. So that's something that just exists. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we didn't get to that yet in your, but one of the I'm going to give it to you now. One of the best lessons I could give you is that neutral motherfuckers is extremely dangerous. You don't choose how. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And see,
I'd rather know what side you want to not know. Or you just be in the middle and think that it's okay to jump between.
That's what the science of war is for. See, in the science of war, the science of neutrality has to see people. That ends all neutrality. But Melchizedek, he sounds everything. Melchizedek, he has a capitalist response, right? And see, one thing about the capitalist mindset, right? Is that if you want something to stick around, right? Make a way for people to make money off it. Yes, that's one of the things of capitalism, is that if something has that monetary value in the capitalist system, then people want to do all types of things around it, right?
You could pass things on without saving money. Like, I think like folklores or stuff that like generationally.
Now, what you're saying, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying that this is not capitalism. This is not. Yeah. See,
because if balance, then you owe you.
Right, and see, and now this is what's happened since the 80s, right? Is every single thing has become commodified. You understand what I'm saying? To where, that's why they exist. And the things that don't exist, like I remember a time when, people say, what is free? Like that was a common, like when you went to your parents, right? It's like, yo, if you get some money, you go get a soda or something. So what is free? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
out do something so we freely give it, be constricted and be commodity.
That's
There's
what I'm
just
saying.
people that don't have the king system.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what y'all need to worry about.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what y'all need to worry about. And I remember when I first saw this, you know, it just seemed like something silly. It was just a part of the movie. You know, I didn't really look at it as being realistic. But watch. Sometime in the not too long future, right? I see it coming. In the not too long future, you're gonna have to pay for it. Remember Total Recall?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, I used to, you know, it was just part of the movie. It was just funny. You know what I'm saying? But I see all that shit they talk about climate change and air pollution. So the amount of time, son, before it's like if they come out of fire water. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it's the shit that just drops out the sky. Literally, man, this shit just drops out the sky. You don't make it.
You see that? You got a whole bunch of people that's corrupting it, like corrupting the water, like the public water system. Public.
How you say seed? That's all I'm saying. You got Monsanto corporation taking seeds and saying to farmers, if you try to grow something organic, we coming after you like every last week. And they try to take the organisms they feed it from the other families surrounding, and they do it and they hide and all this stuff. And how could you literally put a price tag and say, I own that? That is part of the earth.
That's the same principle that I'm telling you in terms of that's the capitalist mindset is that if you want to produce food for these people, you gotta make a way for people to make money off. So then the money becomes the incentive for them to produce the food. Right? Money is the motivation of all things in a capitalist society, right? And that principle of economics, it says that people in an economy are self-interested actors, right? So doing things like you said for the altruistic value or to be helping people, you know, that's only the people at the bottom of the system do that, right? So for poor people, doing favors for each other is also an economic thing. It's an investment, right? Because as poor people, we all gonna need favors. You see what I'm saying? So you helping this person out with something that might have cost them money, right? It's really the same as an investment for rich people. Yes.
I use without they investment. They did.
See, all this shit is psychological. That's why I tell you the economy is based on confidence.
Yeah.
And when you got money, this is depression.
What was it? I said, what was it? It's something that's up to you. And you know that by what you know and how you can utilize it, that's wealth. Like people think wealth is material and that wealth is so flashy with it. It's a bunch of problems within our community. Oh, I could be a part of the illusion, then that means I'm wealthy. But
Right.
actually,
That's the illusion that I'm talking about. That as long as that exists, right? There's not going to be no urgency. You know what I'm saying? Joe Self said here in Maryland, certain counties charge a rain tax. Rain tax, yeah. Listen, that right there. That's a mafia shit right there. That's a straight rain. Because I can't even figure out what's the certain amount of drops. How you measure it?
Hey, what you charging anyone?
The conversation is.
You got 8,000 miles. You got 8,000 miles for everyone on your property.
Yeah, I don't know, that's crazy because I know like the whole system like taxation, like that's like, you know, we have to do that like for so like the fires happen.
Yeah.
Fire department comes. But if you was really off grid, it's such shit burn. Nah,
But they still get paid.
at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like hospitals and fire departments and police departments, all that is like, you know, like kind of you buy it, it's like that's a privilege.
Or like you buying into that, it comes with the package.
That's the part of the package. But if you want to get off that package and say like I don't not fucking with that at all,
We're
not fucking with you at all. Now you have that option, but that's hard. And a lot of people like nah, I'd rather do that. It's the same thing with like whole thing with the whole COVID thing. Like you go to work,
taking a booster shot.
they tell you to get a shot or lose your job. You like, I need that job. I need that job. So you know, you kind of almost look at that job as a right. So now you look at it as a right. That's your ideas is right. Now it's their right to say to you, well, if you want this job,
You want to do what
you say, I fuck you.
right? But then that makes you live in improvised mind. That makes your mind forward that saying, well, that's not only option.
Right. Well, people block people out.
I mean, yeah,
That poor honesty. Right.
which is creating, I don't think that they just truly want to manifest that. I think that's the conditions of.
That's the condition.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if they said if this wasn't this didn't that whole pandemic shit didn't happen, and then it really they wasn't telling people about to make people get the food shop. They said, oh, hey, you want
They was telling people there was different incentives for people to get the flu shot. It just wasn't. This is another level. This level here is something else.
right, this is like, and then it's been separating people in the
Oh, yeah.
you can't come to my house.
Very true.
You do shot and you shot is that fun.
That's cute.
That division is getting real.
I like that we should talk about about listening to that pimping. I want to pimp it. Because you know, like I said, do what I say or else
Yeah.
you get cut off from X, Y, and Z. And then the idea of like, I mean, come on now, like your whole family starts to, you know, buy into the system and you're not actually rocking with them. You don't rock with them, you kind of separate from them, right?
Yeah.
And when you separate from them, then you kind of don't have that support system. So now you have that support system, you out left on your own, it's even harder than that.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a total love for real.
Hell yeah, and then they try to be regurgitating information that they don't even fucking understand.
Asian misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. Like, I mean, like, well, the CDC said this and the FDA said this. And I'm like, I don't care what they said, I'm still not getting it. Like, you know, they're trying to, like, you say, and then next week they'll say something else, but this is what they said, that's what I found. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, well,
See, people in some of them. People in some of them. You gotta remember, especially for the people that was really in a position where they was forced to take the shot, right?
Yeah.
A lot of those people, right, have invested in the 20, 30 years.
wow.
Yes, I mean, from they've been in college, finished yes, right. They got it so they all the way in. It's one of the things where it's like, you're already gambled there. Shit, you in for a penny. So you gotta be in for the pound and shit, you know what I mean? Cause now you're gonna be chasing. You're gonna be chasing for the rest of your life because you know what I mean, you're already on the you're going to treadmill. You understand what I'm saying? For the minute you jump on there, you know, anytime you jump off, yeah, you gotta have to put your parachute on.
Okay, you were saying like, oh, like, well, I've eaten worse things. I've had this food. Ain't no telling what was in that. What you mean ain't no telling what was in that? So you saying you just gonna continue to eat that in this? Like, you know what I'm saying? This kind of people talk about that and we keep thinking like, well, or people were saying, like, well, it didn't affect me. I got it. That's you.
And then, you know, with a lot of things too, right? It's about, like, for instance, you know, you have people that they be like, yo, like, a lot of, you know, I'm not getting paid, right? So, like, that you got all these people, family, and they live into the 90s, and they ain't paid. Yeah, maybe it'd been 150 they didn't even pay. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's lots of shit like that. Like, listen, you know, there's motherfuckers that get shot in the head that live. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I'm a volunteer to get shot in the head. Like, if it happens and I have to overcome that, that's one thing. You know what I mean? But for you to say, well, yeah, I might as well play Russian roulette every day because motherfuckers get shot in the head. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've never understood that logic. You know, it's 85%. Why would I do something? You know, it's like, look, you know, somebody gets robbed every day. That doesn't mean I'm gonna leave my money hanging out my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear, well, no, you leave them alone. You wait till we get on the same side of each other.
Then it starts getting generational of what the choice did, what somebody else did, what they did with the choice that end. Now it's different. The way I'm moving with that choice, the different I'm gonna be.
Listen, stasis is a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, more things kind of seek stasis. And, you know, unfortunately, the comfort zone of being in the stasis is a fucked up zone for some people. You know what I mean? Like, some people is in a fucked up situation and they'd rather remain fucked up because it's comfortable to them like that. It might be profitable for them like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these are people that's in the worst situations, kind of seeking stability in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, even in, you know, like I was saying earlier, in the slave situation, you know what I mean? You got some people that is just trying to stabilize themselves as, you know, with a little bit, like, you know, look, I'm gonna get two, but I'm gonna get a couple pieces of bacon. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, look, if I get just maintain right there, you stay on the plantation. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing about the devil. Change nothing. People, you know, Like, if the devil were on the planet tomorrow, I'm telling you, there'll be some people, right? They ain't gonna name no names. But there will be some people that be like, damn, saying, the devil was around, it's funny. Yeah, yeah. One thing about the devil, when he was around, it's funny in the motherfucker, boy. We was having a ball. Listen to the way some people talk. The Bible was the good old days. How many people you hear? Yeah. How many people you hear talk about the good old days of being in school? Or the good old days, whatever you talk about the good old days, in the hood, I'm saying, it's generally some shit. You wouldn't recommend for the church, I say. You know what I'm saying? What is salting watermelon? Did you put salt on a watermelon? You see, I'm familiar, man. Some things.
They just cut it and I just ate it. Said, go get this water. I'm like, oh no, go with this beef and eat that sweet.
Yeah,
I just recently heard about yellow
I seen yellow, green, all kinds of colors.
yeah.
They actually come in all like the colors like that. Yes, all kinds. See, watermelon is a berry. And these men make like that. But yeah, so different kinds. But those is the ones that, they cultivated, whatever, I guess they look the best or whatever, the taste, you know what I'm saying?
When did that whole watermelon not chicken be out of you?
Putting salt on water. Why would you put salt on water? Like, you mean like on your mind or something? Like, what is that preservative? But you talking about like on the red part, put salt. Oh yeah, that was a horrible situation right there. You're right. Now you talking about the situation. Now look, that's the type of situation where when you say urgency, like yeah, that's the urgency. When the lady, she got into it with the people at the restaurant because her fries was cold. And somehow her son ended up getting involved and he ended up shooting the worker, and now the worker passed away. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, in the midst of the time when he's been questioning him about the event that just happened, he confessed to another murder. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's just two young brothers. Yes, I mean, that's the urgency that there was plenty of time in that kid's life before he shot that first person. You know what I'm saying? Before he even acquired his first gun, right? There was time that elapsed, right? That teaching wasn't done. You see, that's going to happen today. That's going to happen tomorrow. That's going to happen next day. And most people, right, it's not going to affect them until that day comes when it happens to somebody they know. Yeah, and just that's something, just a mental thing, right? Where I can tell you, look, 1,000 people died in some whatever mass casualty event, right? That's not going to affect you as much as if I tell you one person that you was related to back then. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, you know, something else crazy happened too since then. Another situation where it was like, yo, this is, come on, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
Oh yeah, with the subway situation, the lady got shot because she didn't put enough money.
Yeah, that was it too. Yeah.
That was the other situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. They shot the woman. She was in critical condition. I don't know if she's still living when she was in the hospital.
Yeah, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, where it's like, yo,
it's like gruesome, man.
Yeah, these is the situations, you know, you know, it's only, you know, the law of averages in a matter of time, you know what I'm saying, before you caught up in one of those situations.
Then you won't have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then just you know, the more time is going on, you know, you gotta remember that devilment is building on each other. You see what I mean? Because it's just like, you know, people that's, you know, whatever the people is doing, right? They trying to outdo each other. You understand what I'm saying? And the more negative things you do, right, the more elevated your status is, that you did something even crazier than the last crazy one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these sisters on the news or whatever, but you know, unless people really get to the point of, you know, first seeing the urgency, right? And then being willing to take the mess. You understand what I'm saying?
But when are they going to see the urgency? Because there's so many things that happen that keep and then people go based on the urgency. And there's a lot of hysteria for that whole 1 to 2 month window. And then just, oh, God, and then everybody back to regular.
Question. Did they give out the stimulus checks before or after the riots? You understand? Trust. Got no time for that. Can't protest with my new kick phone. And I didn't really record the sequence. You know how that, you know, when I looked at that, like,
And then we started that happened, and then while we were shut down, that's when the situation grew. The people said, okay, why not go out there? We still people still riding. And then that's when people was made to look crazy because they were trying to stand against the stash. Because we was in quarantine. And then that's when we started popping these students.
yeah, so cool.
When they called it, we got the solution.
See, when the lesson begins in lesson, right? It says he likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing, right? You know, the lessons is written in words, but that's one of those signs and symbols, right? That you got to see. First of all, nothing doesn't exist. Like the word is literally no thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no thing there, right? So nothing doesn't exist, right? So the person can't give you nothing, right? They didn't give you anything, right? But a person can't give you nothing. I can't give you $0, right? There's not a bill, zero. They wouldn't do that. Why? You know what I'm saying? Right? So you gotta look at the symbolism, right? Of which means, right? So what it's telling you is that whatever it's giving you is out of that, right? You know, true benefit to the state fruit. You know what I'm saying? In this case, we talk about status within this society. You know what I mean? And so, those students checks, the suburban homes, the degrees, the professional positions, the fame is another, that's a separate thing. But again, all of those things that he kind of bestows upon you and can pay back, whenever he wants to. That's what the nothing is. You know what I'm saying? Is that we're allowed to accumulate many parachutes. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's kind of the difference between what they keep calling generational wealth versus the flossing. You understand what I'm saying? Is that, even on just an earthly level of, socioeconomics, right? We're allowed, that I've never heard of a ban on the most expensive shoes. You understand what I'm saying? Or the most expensive jacket, right? But there will be a ban if you can't live in the most expensive neighborhoods, right? Or go to the right, or go to the the schools that's giving out the best education, that got the best facilities. You'll be barred from those things that can really have a value building you as an individual, right?
They have the lotteries. Certain kids can't go to a certain district.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the lottery. I was about to say, they stole that from us too, right? The lottery. Yeah, they got that from the numbers. They had to tap into that money. See, when the numbers was popping, listen, it wasn't like other kinds of gambling, right? Like betting on sports. That's a particular group of people, right? Like back in the days, they used to have these places. People used to hang out around. I used to listen. It was the type of place where you was just like a little bit apprehensive going in there. You know what I mean? A place called OTB. Mm-hmm. Or you remember OTB? Mm-hmm. Listen, when you go in there, you see all these degenerate gamblers and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's mafia dudes in there loaning money. It's all that type of shit going on. Listen, there's people are trying all this. The OTB, they had to shut it down. The state had to shut it down. Yeah, they didn't just go out and get something else. The state had to shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of places, it's still the same. The casino that they built in Yonkers, and the one that they built, I ain't never been there. But those used to be the racetracks that they used to bet at the OTB. Right? See, I got sidetracked thinking about the OTB.
You said they stole it from us.
Right. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Is that OTB, that was a particular kind of person, right? You know, football pools and shit, people bet on football, people bet on boxing. All of that was a particular kind of person. But the numbers were everybody. Church ladies, mechanics, alcoholics, drug addicts. It didn't matter. Everybody played the number. And the state had to tap into that money. And so what happened was, the way I recall it, the legal numbers was paying $500 to hit 3 numbers. And the regular numbers in the street was paying $600. So the arithmetic was simple. You know what I'm saying? So even after they came out with the lottery, the numbers still was going because you want more over there. You know what I'm saying? And then they raised the fake shit. And that's where it started cutting it down. So they originally, they came out with the lottery because the numbers was popular. Listen, the mafia wanted the black numbers. See, the numbers in Harlem was a racket. There's people in the mafia made their name off of the numbers in Harlem. And like I said, that's just Harlem. That's just, it was like that all over from what I understand America. But that's why, yeah, they had to come back to the numbers. Even little kids play the numbers. It's always cracking down on them, but it was that, you know, you're not really gonna have no plaintiffs. You know what I'm saying? Like the people in the neighborhood were pissed off when you busted another bed. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't got complaints like that, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't something for the most part, you know, from what I know about it, where you're gonna be getting like 20 years, shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was the number hole was a place where it's like you might go like back in those days to, you know, to send the kids, you know what I'm saying? I was one of them, you get sent to play the numbers. So you might go to the number spot at a certain time, you just got busted. You know what I'm saying? And then they send you back in a little while, it's back over. It was like, you know, it wasn't something where it's like, that's it. Like, you know, the number spot getting busted wasn't a big